Welcome, everyone. Ready to dive deep into embracing momentum. We were talking unstoppable force, and our inspiration, well, it's nature's ultimate powerhouse, the river.
Yeah, you got it. But it's not just about going with the flow. We're going to see how a river's journey, how it carves its path, how it just keeps going. That's going to mirror our own paths to success, resilience, all that good stuff. Achieving those wildest dreams we all have.
All right, so let's break this down. Our source material uses the river as like this awesome metaphor, right? For personal growth, for conquering all those challenges life throws at us.
Totally. And the first thing that really pops out is adaptability. Just picture it. A river effortlessly navigating all kinds of terrain. Gentle stream 1 minute, roaring torrent, carving through canyons the next. It's incredible.
So how do we translate that to, well, us?
It's about embracing flexibility. Life's going to throw curveballs, things change, and we can't control every single circumstance, right? But here's the thing, we can control how we react. Like the river, we got to learn to flow around obstacles, find new paths, and come out even stronger on the other side.
Makes me think of those times I've hit a wall on a project. It's easy to get stuck, frustrated, wanting to give up. But this river metaphor, it reminds me, maybe I need a fresh perspective, a new angle, be open to changing my approach.
Exactly. It's not about fighting the current. It's about using its energy to move forward, even if that means taking a detour sometimes.
And speaking of energy, another mind-blowing thing about rivers, that pure perseverance, rocks, fallen trees, even dams, they just keep going. It's unstoppable.
There's a huge lesson there. It's about cultivating that inner strength, believing in yourself no matter what. The river doesn't give up, so why should we?
Right? Reminds me of a story from our sources about this kayaker going through a crazy rapid. He got flipped, lost his paddle, everything. But you know what? He didn't panic. He used his skills, his experience, and eventually he made it through.
Perfect example. It's not about avoiding challenges altogether. It's about facing them head on, building that resilience. Obstacles, they're often opportunities in disguise, right? They force us to grow, to learn, to tap into that inner strength we all have.
Love that. It's like that saying, smooth seas never made a skilled sailor.
We need those rough waters, to really test ourselves and see what we're made of.
Now think about how a river is constantly fed by all these smaller streams, tributaries. It's not just one force, it's a whole network, a community coming together and gaining momentum as it goes.
Okay, I see where you're going with this.
It's about connection. Our relationships, collaborations, the people who support us, they're like those tributaries.
Yeah.
Adding to our flow, helping us achieve more than we could alone.
I'm totally with you. And it's not just about receiving support, it's about giving back too, right? Being a source of strength for others, contributing what we bring to the table, our energy, our talents, to the collective momentum.
Exactly. The river reminds us we're all interconnected. By working together, supporting each other, we create this even more powerful current, one that lifts everyone up. It's amazing.
All right, before we get completely swept away, let's talk about renewal, another super powerful part of this river metaphor. The river's always replenishing itself, cleaning and purifying its waters as it flows. That's a huge metaphor for personal growth, for shedding those old perspectives that aren't serving us anymore.
It's like hitting that refresh button.
You got it. Being open to change, letting go of what's holding us back, embracing new ideas, new ways of thinking. It's about evolving.
So are we talking total life overhaul here?
Yeah.
Shaving our heads and heading to a monastery in the Himalayas?
Not necessarily. It can be as simple as trying a new habit, challenging those beliefs that limit us, looking for experiences that push us out of our comfort zone. The river reminds us we're capable of constant evolution.
For me, it's about being open to the unexpected twists and turns life throws at us. Recognizing those moments often lead to the most amazing growth.
Absolutely. The river's journey, it's not a straight line, right? It twists, it turns, hits rapids and waterfalls, but it keeps flowing. And so should we. Never stop.
So we've got adaptability, perseverance, connection, renewal. Those are essential ingredients for embracing momentum, all inspired by the mighty river.
But here's the thing. Momentum, it's not just about constant, relentless forward motion. It's also about finding balance.
Oh, I like where this is going. Tell me more.
Think of those stretches of river where the current slows down, where the water gets calm and reflective. Those moments of stillness, they're just as important as the rapids.
So it's not about being on all the time.
Exactly. It's about that sweet spot, pushing forward, but also allowing ourselves to rest, reflect, recharge. Even the river needs those moments of serenity to gather its strength and keep going.
This reminds me of something I read in one of our sources about mindfulness, being present.
Right.
So easy to get caught up in the rush of life, we forget to just be.
Absolutely. Those moments of stillness, connecting with ourselves, they're
Mhm.
crucial for keeping that momentum going in the long run. It's about sustainability.
Okay, so we've unpacked some pretty powerful stuff here. Adaptability, perseverance, connection, renewal, balance, all from this amazing journey of a river.
And those are just the first few layers. There's so much more to discover as we dive deeper into this river metaphor, how it unlocks our potential.
This is already mind-blowing. Can't wait to see what other insights we find as we continue our deep dive.
When you think about a river's journey, it's kind of fascinating, right? It never really travels in a straight line. There's all these bends and curves, sometimes like dramatic changes in direction completely.
Yeah, it's almost like the river is like improvising, you know, just figuring things out as it goes.
Exactly. And that's like this powerful reminder for us humans, too. Sometimes the most direct path, well, it's not always the best one. We got to be open to different options, try new things, maybe take a detour here and there along the way.
Totally. This makes me think about what we were talking about earlier, that adaptability thing. The river's showing us it's okay to like deviate from the plan sometimes, embrace those unexpected turns life throws our way.
Exactly. And sometimes those unexpected detours, well, they lead to like the coolest discoveries. It's all about trusting the journey, even when it takes you off the beaten path.
And I'm also thinking about how a river doesn't just like flow over the landscape. It actually shapes the land itself, right? It carves those canyons, creates valleys,
Yeah.
leaves its mark on the world in a way.
Yeah, that's a great point. And it shows us, the power we have to shape our own lives too. We're not just passengers on this ride, we're active creators. Every decision we make, every action, what contributes to that landscape of our lives.
I love that. It's like we're artists and our lives are the canvases we get to paint on. And just like that river, we have the power to create something beautiful, something impactful.
And remember, our impact, just like the river, it reaches way beyond just us. The river nourishes everything around it, supports whole ecosystems, provides life-giving water to, well, just countless beings.
So it's not just our own little individual journey. It's about like this positive ripple effect we create in the world too.
Exactly. Embracing momentum, it's not just about personal success, it's about using our energy and talents to make a difference, to leave something good behind that helps others.
I want to go back to this balance idea for a sec. We were talking about how the river has these like moments of intense flow and then also those moments of like quiet serenity. How do we find that in our own lives?
Yeah.
Especially when it feels like we're always being pulled in a million different directions at once.
Yeah, that's the big question, isn't it? It's something we all struggle with. It's about finding that rhythm that works for you, the one that lets you use that power of momentum without burning yourself out.
Is there like a secret formula?
Yeah.
Should we like be scheduling river stillness time in our calendars or something?
Well, there's no one-size-fits-all answer. The important thing is being intentional, about creating space for action and rest. It might mean scheduling time for mindfulness, going for walks in nature, journaling, or even just taking a couple minutes each day to just breathe and be present in the moment.
This makes me think about how the river doesn't seem to judge its own path right. It just kind of flows around obstacles, changes course when it needs to, and it never seems to get stuck on like past mistakes or missed chances.
That's a really great observation. The river just embraces the whole journey, all the twists and turns, the rapids, the calm parts. It's all just part of the natural flow.
Yeah.
And it's a good reminder for us to be a little kinder to ourselves, too. Let go of all that self-judgment and embrace the imperfections of our own journeys.
So like instead of beating ourselves up about past stuff, we can choose to see them as learning moments, right? Like growth opportunities. It's about changing our perspective from all the blame and shame to curiosity and self-compassion.
Yeah. And remember, just like that river is always changing, we are too. We're not defined by those past mistakes or failures. We've got the power to choose a new direction, create a new story, shape our lives into something that reflects our true potential.
This is inspiring. It's like the river is showing us we're capable of endless transformation. Yeah. That we can always choose to redirect our energy towards growth and healing.
And that's the beauty of this whole embracing momentum thing. It's not just about getting to some destination. It's about that constant journey of becoming the best versions of ourselves. It's about going with the flow of life, all the ups and downs, and knowing we have what it takes to handle whatever comes our way.
Wow, we've covered so much ground today, and it feels like we're just scratching the surface of this powerful river metaphor.
There's definitely more to uncover, but I think we've built a really good foundation for understanding how all these principles of the river can help us navigate our own lives with more purpose, resilience, and joy.
Before we head to our last segment, I want to take a minute to think about what we've talked about so far. We covered adaptability, perseverance, connection, renewal, balance, and how important it is to shape our own lives, make a positive impact, and, find that joy in the journey itself.
These are all powerful ideas, and I really encourage you to take some time to consider how they connect with your own life. How have you already embodied these principles? What are some ways you can weave them into your daily actions and choices?
Those are great questions to think about. And remember, just like the river, we are all constantly evolving, learning, and growing. We've talked a lot about how the river's always moving right.